Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 NFT, the sweet spot. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, my co-host, Jim Rosati. Jim, welcome to another show. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's been hectic here
Doing
this
good, doing
week,
great.
but yeah, no, it's I'm glad to be on here talking about some candy stuff. We got some fun stuff to discuss tonight. So it's a nice break from the craziness that I've been going through this week.
What kind of craziness you been going through besides watching record-breaking losses?
Well, I mean, so first off, I went to Chicago this past weekend, saw the Pirates Cubs, record-breaking loss by the Pirates, record-breaking win by the Cubs. So depending, I guess, on whichever side you were on, you witnessed history. And then, watched the game on Sunday. Pirates pulled it off, so that was fun. But 4.5 hour drive back home. I didn't get home till 12:30, and then I started a new job this week, so
You did.
that's kind of crazy and hectic too. So, and then while I was putting together, like I've got my home office set up here. While I'm putting everything together, I blow out a fuse and my outlet's broken. Like nothing works anymore. So
Are we still talking about the Pirates?
and
Or is
yeah, and like I don't trust myself to mess with electrical things. Like I think it's a pretty easy fix. Like I think I just need to switch out an outlet. But again, I'm like the least handy person ever,
I get it.
and I don't trust myself dealing with wires, right? So that's where I'm at right now. I've got one outlet in this entire room that I'm in that works. And so somehow somehow it's going strong right now.
Can't-
It's supporting a lot of stuff.
Can't wait till that one blows next.
Yeah. So I need to get that fixed this week.
Well, I'm glad you're safe and alive. I'm glad you're still on the show because we do have some pretty cool things to talk about tonight. I mean, for one, we're a week away from PAX again, so can't wait for you to get your 10 packs and pull your 3 legendaries, 14 rare Otanis if Otani's in the next one, whatever it is you're gonna get, obviously. But we have a drop coming next week, so that's pretty cool and exciting. There's been some more things dropped this past week. So they released the Atlanta Braves NFT collection. We'll talk a little bit about. There was the World Series ring, 1 of 1. There was 3 NFT moments, and then of course you can get your pennant from them. Some cool stuff. The play of the day is still going on. There's a lot of action with that. Miggy got his 3,000 hit, which was clearly the play of the day. So a lot of cool stuff to talk about this week. So I guess we can kick it off. I don't know, Jim. What do you want to do in kicking it off? And the biggest thing, the title of the show, Kenny just tonight announced and revealed the 2021 All-Star set Chaser. And do those look sick?
Let's see. Let's start out with the Chaser. It's the newest
You
thing.
sound
that
like
came
a
out.
Jeopardy contestant, and I'm sorry. That's exactly how you sounded right now.
Yeah. Let's start with the Chaser for 100.
All right.
Let's do that. Let's start with that. So I mean they told us, when was the deadline for this? Like March 31st,
March
I want to
31st.
say,
Yep.
for completing the uncut diamonds or completing the 2021 All-Star set. They took a snapshot, and then you were going to get a Chaser, and they announced it originally like it was going to come by the end of the year. So we were expecting this thing in like September, October, I think, really. But they dropped the news today, just like 4 hours ago.
Right. I think they said, I have it in our ticker too. I just saw it. Wasn't it 8-1? It was by 8-1, I think it was.
Okay. I knew it was like later in the year.
It was either 8-1 or 8-31, but I feel like it was 8-1, and it's going to pass us here momentarily. So I'll be able to confirm it for you once I see it on the ticker. But yes, you're right.
But it came out today. There was an announcement today. They tweeted it out. They put it in the Discord. They showed us the videos of it. So I guess if we want to go through those, personally, I think these look awesome. I know there was a little bit of, some people were saying they were a little upset that like the awards were people who were in the set, but I don't like. I think it makes sense to do that. So they did Otani for the All-Star set, and they did Julio Rodriguez for the Uncut Diamond set. So I'm super excited. I didn't do the All-Star set, neither did you, Denardo, but we both did the Uncut Diamond set. So we both get that Julio Rodriguez, and it's a nice look. I mean, it's a nice looking reward.
For
Like just
sure.
looking at them, they're very slick.
Let's take a look. Let's pull up the Otani first. We'll talk about him.
Let's do it. Yeah.
By the way, Jake, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the show. Jake, did you complete any set also? Let us know. But yeah, so here's the Otani one. So this is the big dog, obviously. Of course, it's Otani. You can see it's in gold. It just So that was Otani as Jim's talking. My bad. But yes. So that was the Otani chaser, which again, it just looks amazing. It's all gold. Just the way it shines. Of course, and with that red up on it, you know what I mean? It just looks amazing. So yeah, and Jake says he's got the Julio coming too. So he did the uncut as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I guess let's talk about it. You said there's some people kind of upset that it's Otani who's in the set. I think we speculated and talk how it could be maybe Bryce Harper because he wasn't, but he was MVP. Maybe for the uncut, it's a Wander, right? Because he wasn't obviously technically in that set either, because at that time he was an actual major leaguer. But they're going with, I guess, the top dogs in them. I mean, you're going with Otani. Everyone wants Otani. Otani draws a crowd. Otani draws dollars. And then you're going with Julio Rodriguez, which is arguably like the best prospect in baseball.
I mean, I think if you were going to say, hey, we're going to give you an NFT reward and it's going to be of a player, right? If you're talking about all-stars, like the all-star set, Trout and Otani are probably the two likely options. Like you got to probably pick one of those two. And Otani makes sense because, you know, Trout was hurt a little bit last year. Otani won the MVP. Like he was the story in baseball last year, right? So like if you're picking a guy to like define the 2021 Major League Baseball season, it's Shohei Otani, right? And then for the prospect set, yeah, you got to think it was probably down to Julio and Bobby Witt Jr., right? Those are probably the two, or Adley. I guess you could throw Adley in there as well. But between Adley, Julio, and Witt, you know, it's one of those three. I think either any of them would have been great, but I think, you know, Julio just with his swag, and he's just a cool dude, and you know, he's up in the majors now, getting rung up on balls, you know, by umpires. It's just it's ridiculous the amount of balls that he's taking that the umpires are calling strikes on him. But we won't get into that.
Is. Oh, and we could. What was it last I saw? It was like 45%.
He's been something ridiculous. No, it was like 39%, but like 40% of the called strikes on Julio Rodriguez this year,
right, have
been balls. Like that, I don't understand how that even happens.
That's got to be good on the development.
But he's off. Yeah, so I mean, at some point though, those calls are going to start going his way, and he's going to be the Julio Rodriguez we all know and love and want him to become. So I'm not really too worried about Julio Rodriguez long-term potential at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. And I look at it too. If you're going to get a NFT of one player, I don't know how you can complain with it being Otani. Like that's the guy. And you see it in the numbers, you know, like money doesn't lie, numbers don't lie. So when he's the most coveted, he's the one that brings in the most dollars. I guess if I'm going to get NFT, I want the one that's probably going to be most valuable. Otani's that dude. I mean, you know, I don't want Adam Frazier. No disrespect to Adam Frazier, but you were an all-star. You're not bringing in the dollars. You know, we're seeing the set right now of the leadoff series, right? Bryce Harper's not drawing in a ton of value in that sense. So, like, Bryce Harper could have been a guy, like, he's not out there. Like, he would be different, and that would make sense. That's why we speculated. But what's Trout getting right now opposed to what Bryce Harper's getting? So if I'm going to get an NFT of someone, like you're saying, it might as well be Ohtani. So I'm cool with it. It looks, like I said, it looks amazing. I can't talk enough about how good this thing looks. Does it blow you away? Is it better than you like anticipated what this chaser would be?
I think it looks better than what I was anticipating. Yeah. I think, and it's something different, right? So it's not, it doesn't look like an icon. It's its own thing that is specific to that. And I think these are going to be very, very, I mean, if we're talking about like the long-term potential of all this, right? I think, I don't know what the final numbers were on completed sets, but both of these are going to have less than 100 minted, right? So these are going to be very rare. And people are going to want them.
I'm only hesitating. Are we sure it was under 100? I can't confirm that. I feel like it, but I feel like also there might be more than 100. But that might be combined. I'm also thinking of too.
Yeah, I mean the last number that I'm looking at here, and this is from March 31st.
Okay.
Again, this isn't, I don't know if this is everybody, but you know how we have like there's the set holder Discord where we have like a special Discord for everybody who's a set holder. The stats in that Discord are 72 all-star sets and 82 uncut diamond sets.
Okay.
So that was as of March 31st.
Awesome.
Now, are there people who completed the set who aren't in the Discord? There's probably a couple, right? So, but I can't imagine either of those are going to be pumped up over 100.
So that makes sense. So that's good enough for me. Like you said, it could be a couple here or there that they're off by, but that sounds to me like it's definitely probably under 100. So it's a 2-digit serial. I mean, regardless, like it's under 100 for each. So let's think about this in terms of like what the All-Star icon set was. You know, the most rare, we know the mint counts on them. I should say the least rare. With it, I guess put it that way, with it being that size, that's basically a rare, right? Kind of in between a rare and an uncommon, I guess you would say. So think about like the difference. Think about like maybe in the middle of like what an Ohtani right now, rare and uncommon would be. It's a good price.
But I think it's another thing to think about though, is like, it's not just that, right? Like, it's not like you're opening a pack and you're pulling that.
Oh,
like
no,
this is something where, you know, like you had to do something to get this, which I think also will drive its value up. So like, if you're thinking of like what this will be worth and comparing it to like a rare from the 2021 set, I think you'll be wrong.
So what I'm getting at is more or less like looking at the floor. Like if you're looking at like that Ohtani, right? If you're looking at the difference between like the uncommon with the rare is, that's pretty much your floor, because that's just what that Ohtani was. With this being the chaser, right? It's a premium, so you're adding to it. But right, I don't think you're looking at this and like it's not going to be of much value. Or again, like how you can look at this and not be excited about it is kind of where I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very cool collectible, and I'm excited to add it to my collection. It's gonna be really cool in there. I will watch it from time to time, just because of how neat it looks.
Oh yeah, I'm watching. I'm gonna show that thing off everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So right now, the cheapest Ohtani rare. I'm sorry, I'm just looking. So $2,700. So, you know, again, like you're looking at like almost an ETH right there. It's not bad for a reward. Anyways, so yeah, so getting back to this. So that was the Ohtani one. That's the MLB All-Star set. Let's go ahead to the uncut diamond. So as mentioned, it was Julio. We'll play that one. So again, Jim, sorry, you're not actually watching this. So again, pretty sweet. Now it's not the gold like Ohtani was, but it's the silver or maybe platinum, whatever you want to look at it. But it's shiny either way. It's Julio Rodriguez. So we've just talked about him. You know, if you're going to pick one, I would be good with Witt. I would be good with, Rodriguez, but I think Rodriguez is like the consensus overall better prospect at this point in time. Again, I'm excited and thrilled to know that I'm going to have this in my collection sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you.
He looks so
I'm excited about him.
You're studying something, Jim.
No, I'm trying to fix the link in the Discord. It's like when I posted the link, it doesn't actually like put a link in there, so I'm just trying to edit it.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then I'll carry the show. I'll be the Otani.
There we go. I fixed it. We're good to go.
Good. Thank you, James Andrews.
But no, like I said, Julio Rodriguez, we already talked a little bit about him, but these are really good chasers. I'm happy that we're getting them as early as we are, because again, we weren't expecting that. And like I said, I really like the way they look. I think they hit a home run on these.
Do we know when we're actually getting them?
They said by April 28th, so Thursday.
Oh, whoa, okay. I missed that part. So sorry.
Yeah. So we're getting them in 2 days.
Oh, damn. Now, okay. So first off, just to say something. I appreciate you, Candy. If you're listening, talking right to the camera, I appreciate you. Thank you. Didn't even tell you, but you knew my birthday was actually this Thursday. So I appreciate the gift.
See?
And since it is my birthday, I mean, if you just want to slide when we're in there or something, it's my birthday. Or maybe you mix up. Maybe give me the Otani and not the Julio Rodriguez. I would also appreciate that. Because
or maybe number one cereal. How about that?
Or that, or jersey number, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever it is. Because again, you guys saw this show last week. Jim has all the luck. He buys packs, gets everything he ever wants. I'm dying here getting my Sotos. We're not talking about Juan, right? I'm just the relief pitcher king. So if you want to go ahead and do that favor for me, I appreciate you. But it ain't going to happen, so I can dream. So I guess we'll just move
definitely
on.
not.
I'm very excited, though, knowing that's going to happen right away.
Yeah, cool. Sure. It like the turnaround time's awesome.
All right. So then what do we want to get into? Do we want to talk about the Atlanta Braves stuff?
Let's touch on it. I mean, both of us are such huge Atlanta Braves fans.
Big time.
I was in the Discord talking about like they're definitely like a top 5 least favorite team for me, probably.
Oh, I mean, since 92, I've just been nothing but a fan. Sid Bream's my favorite. I can't wait for the Sid Bream play today.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about like they ruined my childhood. So like I will forever hold a grudge against the Atlanta Braves. So I personally sat out on the Braves drop. I did not get I didn't get the bundle, right? Which seemed like it was a pretty cool deal, though. Like the fact that you got 3 of them for, what was it? 3 of them for $150.
Yep. 100 make.
They're doing the pennant, right? So that's still actually, that's an open mint. It is, you still have it till Thursday.
28th.
Looks like Thursday, like around noon to get that the World Series pennant. Which if you are a Braves fan, like it's a cool collectible, it's the pennant waving in the air, World Series champions, all that good stuff. So very, very fun stuff for Braves fans. I think the non-Braves fans though, like myself, just, I did the World Series stuff, in October or November, I guess, when they did it the first time around, right? I don't need any more of it. I'm good.
Right.
I got the little pin or whatever the commemorative patch or whatever you call it. I got one of those. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like I hear you. I guess that's where I'm at with this too. My MO pretty much has been, if it's there, I'm getting it. And so again, in line with the Brave stuff last year, right? Like I got the medallion, I got, a couple World Series trophies and such. Now, mind you, the 1 of 1 World Series ring, if we're talking going in line, talking about things that just look amazing, This thing looks amazing. Albeit, current bid $7,500. I'm not spending $7,500 on the Braves World Series ring. Just not doing it. Not doing it. Not a Braves fan, like you said. I don't really hold the grudge, not much like you. But again, to me, it's the Braves. This probably should go in the hands of someone who really wants it. I'm not that guy. But this looks amazing. Now, one day when it does say the Pittsburgh Pirates on it, in my late 70s, maybe I'll go ahead and invest into one. But I'm not doing it for Braves.
2022, DiNardo. You gotta have faith.
Did you just watch the game tonight? It ain't happening.
Hey, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Right.
Jack Sawinski just got on base for the first time in his career.
Nice.
Yeah. Pirates won the Musgrove trade.
Well, it wasn't Musgrove, but it was Adam Frazier.
That was Frazier, wasn't it?
For counting. Anyways, enough of Pirates talk on this show. But yeah, so that's the Braves World Series ring. Again, it looks awesome. This also does close on the 28th, this Thursday.
Real quick though, just what's kind of funny though. So Sawinski just got on base. I know this isn't a Pirates show, but it would have been his first hit in his major league career, but they rolled it in error. It clearly was an error. And so like they threw the ball into the dugout and then the coach just took the ball and just threw it back onto the field.
That's great.
So go ahead.
Yep. So as mentioned, that was the World Series ring. So you're talking about the open mint for the pennant. So that's what this is here. Mm-hmm. So again, currently open mint, $20.21. When I saw it last night, it was at like 320. I haven't checked the contract yet. I'm sure it's probably barely into the 400s right now, assuming the pace.
And again, it's a cool collectible. Yeah. Like if I were a Braves fan, I would buy this, right?
This is way better than the pendant. Like way better. Like if I had the option of choosing one, I would have chose this one over that one before.
Yeah, which is crazy because if we're looking at like how that did, the medallion, 3,543 of those were minted. And those were the same price. They were $20.21. So, like if I were to pick one, I probably would have rather had the pennant, you know.
And all in all, like to state this part of that too, we jumped onto Candy because not only did we see the vision, but visually the stuff looked really good. And just in that time from then to now, the stuff is stepping up. Like we're talking like maybe the medallion wasn't the best. That was probably the least favorite of everything, but everything has looked so good at this point, and they're still stepping up. You know, like we've already saw the leadoff collection, how those look so much better than the previous stuff. And like this stuff they're having here, like this looks great, and it's only $20, as you mentioned. I
think what's crazy, you mentioned that like when the icons came out last year, it was really the only other sports collectibles we had to compare them to was like Top Shot, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was like, okay, well, these are way cooler than Top Shot moments, like so much cooler. And now you look at the leadoff series for this year, and those are even head and shoulders above what the All-Star icons were. And it was like, oh my goodness, like the All-Star ones almost look like they're vintage now compared to,
that's a good way of putting
compared to what they look like now. Like those are like vintage NFTs at this point. Because just the where they went from in a span of 6 months is pretty crazy.
For sure. And then, of course, as we just mentioned here, this was the edition of 100. It's $150 to get. And it was 3 NFTs included, which you don't see them here, but I guess if we go to the marketplace, maybe we can pull some up.
Ooh, what's that Buxton up there?
Don't do it, Jim. Don't do it.
Okay.
Where's that?
Well, I was talking about buying an Epic Buxton, and I totally missed the boat now. You can't find one for less than $200 now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're eyeing that one was like 200. I'm sorry, 140, right?
Yeah.
They're all over the place not too long ago. Must be dying down.
Can you search?
What am I searching?
Solaire.
Braves. Okay, here they are.
There you go.
So here's the 3. So here's Solaire.
And I will say these in particular, like, again, if I were a Braves fan, I'd have this. But like outside of that, it's not something that I need.
I will say it has like that cool factor. It's not their typical moment where it's the video of it, right? It's a little more artsy in that sense.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, it's basically this is $50. You look at it, you're breaking it down, it's 3 of them for 150. So it's like $50 a piece. It's limited. Like you said, this is something definitely if this was pirate stuff, especially pirate stuff, they haven't won anything in forever. But like if you're a Braves fan, this is something that you're probably buying. It's a really cool collectible. Now, me personally, we're talking about how, things that we buy and such. And I didn't buy into this either for a few reasons. You can discuss yours also. Me not being the Braves fan, I didn't have to have this. I already bought into some of the stuff they did last year, right at the end of the season. And I was also maybe a little worried on this. So we're all in this space for different reasons, right? So you can collect things, you can try to make money out of it. And like on the flipping aspect, I wasn't too sure how this would do. I felt it probably would sell out, which by the way, it did. It sold out pretty quickly. If you did want to flip it, it was a good investment. I was just kind of concerned because we just mentioned the medallion last year and how many sold. Like they have put out stuff last year to, I guess, commemorate, right, the World Series. So I wasn't sure how well this one would do. But again, I was wrong. If you bought it, you definitely made your money back and some.
But like even that, you didn't like you're not flipping this for a ton of money, at least not right now, right?
No.
I think we're probably still at the point where these are getting into the hands of collectors, right? Because I mean, the moment the each individual highlights. I mean, if we're just looking at them right now, someone just sold their serial number 49. That's the most recent one, and he sold all 3 for $54 a piece. So, I mean, they made like $2 per, right? I mean, profited. So it wasn't like something that they flipped and got rich on or anything like that. But again, like I'm with you. Like if it's just not something that I needed to have from like a collection standpoint, just not being a Braves fan. And I guess I just didn't really want to have to like again, like the other aspect of it is flipping it, and I just didn't really want to have to deal with it, to be honest.
So kind of interesting. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know. I must be. Anyways, I don't know why this is sorting awkwardly. Oh, I'm on page. Yeah, I'm on page 3. That's why. All right, so let me sort it from lowest to highest of sold. So the cheapest one sold, yeah, $54. That was the floor. That's the one you're talking about, the 49. So okay, I guess we're hitting the floor. But I know, like, especially on the final out, and especially if you had a good serial, people were definitely selling it for a solid premium. So obviously, when we know serial means a lot, and we'll get into that here a little bit too. Talk about play of the day. The highest one was 150. So that person made the money back just in this one. The other 2 they kept, maybe collectible, right? Or that was just pure profit.
Yeah.
So there was some, but again, there was definitely potential into flipping these and making some money. But I did worry. It was one of those things like I didn't really need it, I didn't really want it, and I don't want to get stuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look like whoever the number 2 serial, they sold all 3 of theirs. So 115, 105, and 105. So like they did well.
for sure. It's $200 profit.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so again, that was pretty nice. We touched on all three. So I guess, do we want to get into talking like some of the play of the day stuff?
Yeah. And actually, you know what, just real quick, I mean, even before we get into, you know, a lot of play of the day stuff, but there were some pretty decent play of the days last week.
Oh,
I mean, we had Miguel Cabrera. I mean, that's been our biggest play of the day so far. And I think is that the highest mint, or did Witt have more than that?
I think it
I think so.
was the highest, but I'll double check.
2,479 Miguel Cabreras on his 3,000th hit. I was really hoping for 3,000 on that. That would have been pretty cool to have 3,000 of them. But I mean, that's one of those things. It's just one of those things where like my play of the day strategy, like I'm not going to collect every single one of these things, right? That's $15 a day. I'm just not going to do it. But I am going to collect like the really fun rookies that I like. I'm going to collect things that I feel like could be like historic moments, like in the sport of baseball, right? So like the Bobby Witt Jr. debut, moment, I was like, hey, if Bobby Witt Jr. blows up and becomes a player we all think he might be able to become, that's going to be a really cool moment to have, right? So that's one that I'll collect. The Seiya Suzuki first career homer, I've got that just in case Seiya Suzuki becomes, a superstar, right? But then this is another thing where all the other ones they're cool, right? Like the Wander hitting 2 home runs is fun. I like Wander, so I have that. But like the Miguel Cabrera 3,000th hit, like that's really the first moment that we've come across this year where it's like, okay, this is a big deal. Like 3,000 hits doesn't happen very often. So being able to get that play of the day is pretty neat.
I'm absolutely with you. That's how I looked at it. I'm not collecting every single one either. I want the ones that mean something, whether it's a record or something that was really, really cool. So yes, I have the Bobby Witt for the same reasons. I have CJ Abrams because his first home run, something in that sense. Me, Juan Soto, obviously. I got Soto's 100th, right? 100th home run. Monumental to a degree. I gotta have, just because it's our boy Brett Phillips. For one, that play was just so fun in of itself. Just like an amazing looking play. It's Brett Phillips, who means a lot in the Candy Discord, Candy community. Got to support our boy in that sense. So I have Brett Phillips. And then I'm with you. Like I said, CJ Abrams, Franco, Miguel Cabrera. Got to have Miguel Cabrera, like you said. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer. It's 3,000 hits. Like that's the one. Of all the play of the days, that's the one. And I don't think it's going to be a better one this season in terms of like monumental. Like Albert Pujols could, but I don't know if what Albert Pujols is going to do. I don't know. Maybe we could discuss that once Albert Pujols has his moments.
Yeah,
because they're coming.
I don't know if,
but it's
I
arguable.
don't know if Pujols will get to that point. I mean, he needed 21 home runs this year to get to 700.
Was it 21?
He's going to be pushing it.
I thought it was
he's
17.
Going to be pushing that.
Was it 21?
I mean, it's over 20, okay. And he hasn't done that in quite a few years. So we'll see. We'll see. But no, you're right. I mean, as far as milestones go, Miguel Cabrera 3,000 hit is pretty high up there on things that could happen this year. I mean, unless there's like, a perfect game in the World Series type of situation, right? Like this is it. This is the iconic moment of 2022 when it comes to, history.
That's a great way of putting it. History. And like the other thing on top of that is this is clearly a Hall of Famer. Like it's got to be first ballot, right? He's definitely a shoo-in. So, and this is a guy who will be out of the game rather sooner than later. So like if you're thinking about like the Hall of Fame, right? Like you talk about like when players go in the Hall of Fame, values just increase. Safe to say, right?
Yeah, okay. For sure.
So of the players that you're seeing on the Candy whatever you want to call it, right? It's out in the environments. The
Mhm.
why am I at such a loss for words? The
The candy
candy.
metaverse.
There
I
you
don't know.
go.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's probably going to be one of the first players to reach the Hall of Fame because you don't have like previous
Mhm.
guys, right? Like it's starting in this year. So he's probably going to be
Well,
retiring
you'll have
sooner.
Buster Posey. Buster
So
Posey is
there is
probably
Buster.
your
There is
first
Buster.
one. Yeah.
Good call. Um, but all in all, he's going to be one of the first. Like you got to wait on Trout for a long time, like a Ohtani a long time. You have Miguel Cabrera. He's going to be out of the game soon. Yadi Molina probably. And like those guys have going to the Hall of Fame sooner than later. So that's also something you want to think about long-term collecting, right? Those guys get the Hall of Fame, and then you have his 3,000th hit right here. So relatively speaking, 2,479 mint is nothing. Like in 6 years, 7 years, that's nothing. Hopefully. Things go
Right.
well.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like there were a lot more people who went to the Tigers game to see him do that, right? So if you just kind of thinking at it, like everybody who went to the Tigers game bought a ticket to see that happen. There's really only like this you mentioned on Twitter, right? On our Twitter account. It's like if you want to like find a way to commemorate that moment, like personally, this is the best way to do it. It's
Yeah.
like an NFT of that. You get to have it and forever. It's like if you had a ticket to the event, right? Like a paper ticket, and you put it up on your wall and you frame it. I mean, I was there for this. It's kind of like similar aspect to that, but in the digital world, right? That's kind of how I look at it, just like from a collecting standpoint. Like I've got ticket stubs, right, of cool events that I've been to,
Mm-hmm.
and this is just like another just cool thing that happened that I would want to remember for a long time. And so being able to celebrate that with the the play and the hit in there, it's cool. It's a cool thing to have.
For sure. I'm with you there. So I think the other thing I want to bring up and let's talk and have like a little discussion on, because I think it's good to have this. There's been a lot of chit chat about the design of the play of the day, and not so much the design, like how they look, but how you can get them and obtain them, right? So we do know right now as it stands, it's first come, first serve. 12 o'clock, it opens up. The first person who buys it gets serial number 1. Second person who buys it gets serial number 2, so on and so forth. It's not randomized at all. It's not a queue, right? It's just I can't say luck of the draw. I mean, it's fair. It's not like you just get lucky into getting number 1 or whatever. But that's just what it is, So I guess we should have the discussion. Do you like that? Because understanding serial means something. The person who gets number 1, there's a lot of monetary value to it. The person who gets the jersey number, a lot of monetary value to it. The person who gets number 2,157 probably is going to flip it for a good amount of money right now. So, do you like the idea of it being first come, first serve, and that's how it mints? Or do you like the idea of it maybe being a queue or randomized or something else where it's just, you just find out what you get?
It's a tough question to answer because I think it just all depends on like what the goal is of this, right? So like it's just one of those, like if I compare it to sports card collecting, right? That's kind of how I compare a lot of this stuff too. Where back in the day when you could buy cards at Target or Walmart, right? And it was always like a first come, first serve basis. Like people would line up and wait for the vendor to stock the shelves at Walmart. And then whoever was in line would grab their boxes. They would, buy whatever the limit is. They would buy it and then it would be gone in 5 seconds. And if you wanted one after that, you'd have to buy it on the secondary market, right? And it was going to be way more expensive that way. That did a few things. It pushed out some people But then at the same time, it also made everything more scarce and drove the value up of things, right? Where as a collector of something, if this is like a hobby or whatever it is, some people don't care about the value of their collections, right? They just are doing it to collect. Some people do care about the value of their collection. So then it's like, I don't know if I'm answering the question, but
no, I think this is good dialogue to have regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to answer because there's going to be certain people who are getting into play of the day strictly to get a good serial number and to sell it for a profit, right? And then so then you have to ask the question, is that healthy? Is that a healthy thing for the market?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know how to answer that question yet. Right. Like, are there people out there paying premiums for the low serial numbers? There absolutely are. If you look at the marketplace every day at 12:04, you will see the low serial numbers are being scooped up for way more than what they're being purchased for. Right. So that's, I guess that's my one thing. Now, is there, I'm trying to see where I want to go with this. If the other part of this is like you want this to be as easy as possible for people to buy, then like this whole open mint thing where you buy it and then boom, it's there in your collection and you can watch it immediately. It's a very easy, simple process, right? Where if you were going to do some sort of a randomization of it, right, which it'll make some people happy, right? But at the same time, it could also be more confusing for somebody who's like, oh, well, you know what, I'm a Twins fan. Byron Buxton just had the play of the day. I want to get a Byron Buxton play of the day for $15 from Candy, right? And you go on there and you buy it, but then you don't actually get it. You know, you get like this box or this pack that says, hey, you're going to get it, but you're not going to get it until after midnight, once we realize kind of how many we've sold and all that. So like I could see that being just like a confusing, weird experience for somebody who's like new to this and they just want this to be as easy as possible. At the same time, there's also going to be some people who are just a lot better at getting lower serial numbers than others. Maybe their internet's faster. They've just found an easier way to do it. They've they have a lot of practice with the mouse and clicking things super fast. And so it's kind of unfair to people who maybe have 18 gig speed internet as opposed to having 500, gig speed internet, like whatever it is. Right. Like maybe there's a discrepancy there, right? Like the person with the faster internet's going to get it. If you have a Candy balance, it's quicker because it's like 4 less clicks than if you're paying with a credit card. So there's like all these things that make it easier for you to get a lower serial number than not. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like I see both sides of this argument. I don't know what's the right answer. I don't. Right now, it's a first come first serve basis. Candy's selling, 500 a day basically, no matter what.
Minimum.
Really minimum. The big ones are going for more than that. If you're just doing the math on this, there's 180 days in a year. Candy's making a whole lot of money on this stuff, right? So it's like, do you really want to rock the boat? Like, it's working. And in their eyes, they're selling these things and it's working. There's definitely a few people who voice their displeasures about it, about how it's hard for them to get low serial numbers. But at the same time, people are buying them, it's working. So it's like, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what the right answer is. I do think that like if you're there at 12 o'clock on the dot, like, do you deserve a better serial number than someone who logs in just willy-nilly at 2:30 and says, oh, I'm going to pick up one of these? Yeah, you probably do. Like, that's so full on randomization. Do you randomize certain things? I don't know how you could do it and make it as easy and smooth for everybody as it is right now. So I don't know how to answer the question. That's
a lot of words
I don't know
to tell us. I don't know. So I thank you.
My answer is I don't know.
So here's, I guess, where
could
I'm
go
going to
either
come
way
at
with it.
and the angle I'm coming
Yeah.
out with this, because I'm with you that I see absolutely both sides of it. And both sides bring a different element. You definitely have the people that maybe their internet is too slow. Maybe they're at work at 12 and at that moment every day they can't get on, or whatever it might be. So they're at that disadvantage because they want to get a higher serial, right? They're a collector, maybe they value that, or that maybe they're a flipper too, right? They value money, so they want to have the same chance to get that as anyone else. When you do the queue randomization, however you do it to get the randomization, it's just it's random. You get what you get. There's no rhyme or reason. It just sorts it out. You find out what you hit, and then you go from there. I look at it as, if you keep it that way, takes all things out. Everyone just goes on, gets it, cool. But that's also just kind of quiet. And I guess what I mean by that is you do it the next morning when you wake up, or if you're up at midnight when it happens, or however they distribute it, you find out what it is and you say, okay, cool. To me, them doing it this way, first come, first serve, I really enjoy it. And the reason I do enjoy it is it creates a lot of energy every day, before noon, afternoon. The chat's popping. Everyone's talking about this. Everyone's talking about that. People are finding different tricks, sharing the tricks. Here's what I think we can do to get the better one. It's like, if we're all in this because of baseball, right? For the most part with candy, I think a lot of us are also competitive. And this drives a lot of competitive genes. Getting that one, getting that two, whatever it is a game, and we're all trying to achieve it. And at 12:01, as you mentioned, it's in the Discord, it's whatever, and everyone's talking about, I got this, I got that. Congratulations, shout out to you, all this. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of chatter. And I think that energy provides a lot to this community. And not only that, but we talk about perfect mint. Well, there's also some type of skill there. Who can be the slowest, right? The very last person to go ahead and do so. And I've gotten two so far. So like I've joked, right? I might not be the quickest, but I'm great. I'm damn good at being the slowest person there is. So like what you're finding though is before midnight, the conversations come up again. What's your trick? What are you doing? I'm finding maybe credit cards better because it takes a little longer. Like there's all this chatter, and then 12:01 comes and it's like, oh damn it, I got 7:01 out of 7:03. Hopefully I get my money back, and then someone's out there, oh, I'll buy for you if you go floor. Like there's a lot of energy, a lot of discussion and conversation that's being had that I think you lose in randomization. Now, I'll agree with you. I think you may lose people because it's not randomized and they know they can't get a high serial. So they just say, F it, and I'm not going to participate. Right. So you do have that group of people, I'm sure that's there. But I think you do also draw people to this. There's true excitement about it. It's, again, like I call it, it's the game within the game. It's not just buying this play of the day. I know I said it for a reason. It's not just buying this play of the day, but it's chasing and getting that serial and realizing you've won. You've conquered, right? You beat out whoever, that was in it, whatever. So I like that aspect of it. And I think it's healthy because it's also another dynamic. The packs create randomization. There's a lot of different ways of minting and such. And that is also what I think is nice because this is first come, first serve. The packs are random. You can have the best of both worlds instead of everything just being randomized. And on top of it, like you said, it's super quick, super easy. You go on there, you hit candy balance or credit card, right? You put in whatever you need for the credit card, hit submit, checkout, done. It's not me waiting 40 minutes in a queue for my time to come up or whatever it might be, right? So again, if you think about people at work, that might be a lot less beneficial way there because I don't have this time. I can't sit in a queue while I'm at work. So I like it just because it is different, and I feel like it provides a unique energy, which I know there's a lot of FUD at first. People thought people were cheating to get this because there was a lot of similarities and people are getting it. But I think we've come to understand that there's a lot of skill involved, right? Like there's no actual cheating. No one's minting from contract. No one's doing this or that. It's just people have perfected it. So
yeah,
understanding that's really no cheating involved to get those, I think it's opening eyes up and it's creating a lot more fun, I think.
No, I'm with you. again, I agree. I think either argument is valid. And I think if
For
the
sure.
ultimate goal is to make it as easy as possible for as many people to buy the play of the day, the way it is right now is probably the way to go.
Cool.
Because yeah, like I mean, I buy the play of the day. And like I said, I will buy the ones that I want to keep, but I also will buy the ones that I think I could, like if I'm going to be online right at noon, I'm saying like, hey, I'm going for a low cereal here. And I'm going to try to sell it for something, right? And you know, I've gotten one number one cereal so far, and
Hmm.
it was awesome. Like I bought it for $15 and I sold it for $180 like later that day. Like that was something that was like really really happy, and I was like, that's
That's a big
awesome.
win.
um that's a big win. But like I mean, typically when I'm right on at noon, I'll get anywhere between like 4 and 15, right? That's kind of where I normally sit at, but that one day I just must have been faster than everybody else. um but but like even when I get 4 or 5 or 6, like if I'm buying it for $15, I'm you know, I'm making money on it, right? And there's someone out there obviously who's willing to pay that money. So it's just kind of a way for me to build up candy balance too, to be honest. So like I like it in that aspect. I don't do it every day just because I'm not online at noon every day. But like when I am, it's a good it's fun because it's like, you know, we even text each other. It's like, hey, good luck today,
Right.
you know. And so like I see that part of it, like it actually adds excitement and fun to the drop experience. Whereas if you were just going on there paying $15, getting a pack which you couldn't open until midnight, you know, or whenever that may be, yeah, it's going to be it's not going to be as fun of an experience probably.
That's how I feel.
So again, yeah, I
Yeah.
see that.
We don't have to go too much into it, but I thought it was a very good conversation to have tonight. And I'm with you. And again, like to compare to Top Shot, like the challenge rewards at this point, since we don't do Top Shot on this show either, you and I kind of just open them when we open them. I don't even know what you get anymore. We don't even talk too much about it. I just get it. I open it non-ceremoniously. I see my cereal and I say, okay. And I move on. And like, I think this, like I look forward every day at noon. It's like you wake up, you're anticipating what the play of the day is going to be first off. You find
Mhm.
out what it is, then noon comes. So again, like it's drawing a lot of energy and attention to the play of the days. So I think it's really cool. So if it were me, again, I
Yeah.
would keep it as it is. Also, definitely see both sides, but I just love again like just the dynamic of it, the excitement, the conversations that you know leads to and such like that. So cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. What else are we gonna talk about?
Um, we already talked about leadoff series one a lot.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a checklist yet for next Tuesday's drop. So I guess we can just really say so leadoff series two, leadoff drop number two is next Tuesday. So I
Yep.
guess we will be getting some more information about that here in the coming days. I would imagine a checklist is got to be coming out soon. Like I know the first drop, the checklist was out by this point. So they've got to be pretty close to that, I would imagine.
Mhm.
I guess if we're just want to do like some quick speculation here, you know, I feel like when they're doing drops like this, since they're kind of they're doing it in 4 different drops, like you're gonna need headliners, right, in each drop. So we saw like the headliners in drop one were Trout and Harper, right? Like those were the two big ones.
And Wander.
Um,
You
Oh,
gotta
and
put him
Wander.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was I? What did I think? Wander, Trout, Harper. So Wander and Trout definitely being the top two. Harper, just because this was his first candy NFT as well, right? Um, but I guess if we're speculating, like who are some people that we want to see in drop two? I think there's an interesting dynamic about drop two here, and that it is now like a month into the season. So is that enough turnaround time for Candy to make icons of players who like made opening day rosters, right? People like Bobby Witt Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Seiya Suzuki, CJ Abrams, Nick Lodolo, Hunter Green, right? Like the list goes on and on. But like Spencer Torkelson, like, are we going to see any of those guys in this drop? I don't know, because I think that would be pretty exciting to see like a couple of those people in there.
Right.
But then you also probably need to add in some superstars as well. So we're still waiting on Ohtani, Tatis, Soto, Acuna, Vlad, those people still for 2022. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what the checklist looks like when it comes out, and kind of see like who those big guys are going to be.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I'm glad you brought that up
Mhm.
because you're right. Not only are you talking about the big guys, right? Like the Otanis, the Vlads, Tatis, which unfortunately we're not going to see Tatis in this year's uniform because of his injury, and he won't be back in time for even like the last drop to come. If you wanted to wait on him, I don't think, right? I doubt he'll be back in time by then, the way it looks. So, but I think the other interesting thing as well is not even like the Bobby Witts, like that they're here this year, but like think of O'Neal Cruz. Like he was in the first one. It's a bad example because he hasn't played yet this year, but like you had to use last year's video. So like who are the new guys too that now also have 2022 videos, right? Moments opposed to 2021 that you have to use into this year's drop. So I think that's going to be kind of cool too. Like lineup 1 had a lot of 2021 video in it because it was right at the beginning of the season, where this one you can actually have a lot of actual 2022 moments in it. So you're right. That's, I think, kind of a cool dynamic. I don't know. Like, I'm not even going to speculate who's in this one because it's pointless. We're just going to be wrong. I'll say this. I will say Ohtani's last. He will headline the last drop. That's just my guess. In between that, who the hell knows? And I'm not going to try.
Yeah, I think the only thing like I would really like, I really would like to see a couple of like the new guys who debuted this year, right?
Yes.
Like that would be cool to have in here if they can squeeze them into this drop and not have to wait until later ones. Just having like sprinkle in 2 or 3 of those guys into this drop would be big.
I like it. So pretty much, again, we don't have much to really talk about for this upcoming drop next week. Yeah. So do we want to do the thing that you wanted to do, Jim?
Let's do it. Yeah.
You got to go first. I'll share your screen.
Do you have packs still?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
All right. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and...
So we're each going to buy a pack tonight, right? Secondary to open?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
We're dumb-dumbs.
We're going to buy a pack. We're going to buy a pack. And... and we're going to open it. Yeah. So let's see here.
All right. You are sharing.
Sweet.
So who's the lucky user that Jim gets to buy a pack off of?
Oh, how are we going to do this? 2022 MLB leadoff?
I think I just type in leadoff.
Or just leadoff.
Ooh, they're back down to 59.88. Right. Saving ourselves about.
Let's go. Let's go.
They're on sale, Jim.
All right, so we got 59.88. There's a few that are 59.88. So it's which one do we want to? Which one of these looks the best here? Let's go with the 53,923.
It's gonna be such a dud.
We're gonna use some candy balance on this one. All right, let's do this. Come on. It's loading.
I was gonna say, because like your screen's black from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it says loading.
Okay.
I wonder if maybe since like if you if you just buy it. Oh, are you not? You can't even see it.
No, it just sees a black box.
But like, do you see the?
I see the
You
gray
see the
loading.
browser.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Next and previous above that's all black. Google's looking
All right,
out for you.
Come on.
I want to protect your sensitive information.
Oh, really? So like, it didn't even show the buying part.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. I didn't have any sensitive information in there, but that's kind of cool.
Oh, so we have a comment. Jeff G wants to know. I say this with hesitation. I almost don't even want to say his question, but I will, Jeff, for you. Hyped up about top Series 1 packs this week?
Oh God. I'm done. I'm done with them.
Yo.
I might just like buy one standard pack just to do it, but yeah. Based off of how Series 2 went, no, I have no interest.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. You want to talk about learning about your past, right? For what the
Right.
I mean, you said it best, right? Like the premium is 150, is it?
Mm-hmm.
150, right?
Yeah.
And you're guaranteed a super rare, which we think awesome, right? Like think about candy mindset. You're guaranteed like a super rare, like if you're guaranteed like an epic or a rare, right? In all these packs, like that's really, really cool for $150. But a lot of super rares are going for like $2. So I'm paying $150 to be guaranteed a $2 moment. And that's the highlight. I'm sorry, Tops, but I'm passing. You got me to DGen last year. I don't think I can even DGen into a standard pack. You're not sharing anymore, by the way.
Well, I thought maybe like if I stop sharing it and tried it again, like, but it's still just loading. It's weird.
Should I try that?
I wonder if it's because I bought a pack. Like, does it have to go through? Does it have to like go through the blockchain or something before I can? I don't know.
But I mean, it'd be like buying a secondary moment too. I've never bought a pack secondary, so I guess I don't know. But I mean, when you buy a moment secondary, you have it.
Right. And I don't want to skip because then I'm not even gonna know what I got.
Do you want me to try and see? Wait on you?
Yeah, go ahead and try and we'll wait on this.
You have to stop sharing.
I don't know why it's
well, then, okay. This. I guess I'll go. You got a 5,000 something?
Yeah.
I'm going to get. Screw it. I'm saving myself 33 cents, 38 cents. Getting the cheapest one. Edition 47,270. You're mine. So shout out to Lidgren 34. So you didn't get to this part, right? Yours was loading?
No, I did. I got to that part. I clicked unwrap my pack, and then it just was loading forever.
Well, here it is, and I got an epic.
Well, you got an epic.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
I never doubted you, Lindgren 34. And you see the reveals like your old way. So I guess off that,
it's not doing the new.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, guys, let's do it. Very first one. Here's the first core.
Let's go.
Jake McCarthy. Awesome.
Okay.
Glad that's the core.
Hey, he's a low mid guy.
He is.
On the bright side.
We're going to be positive, and there's some positive words.
Yeah.
Jose, you're at an even 1,200.
Yeah.
If we're going to be positive. Nick Solak, 773. So I guess nothing great, but we got the cores out of the way. We're done. Gonna get my uncommon next. Reese McGuire.
There's your boy.
Oh God. All right. It's an 80. It's got an 80 grade wrist.
All right, let's get a good epic
All right.
here.
Here's the epic. What is it, Jim? This is the epic Wanda, right?
It could be.
Candy, remember?
Just don't be.
My birthdays.
Just don't be a relief pitcher. There's no relief pitcher.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You did watch Talking Candy this week, right?
Yeah.
So they talk about good luck, and FD threw thumbtacks over his shoulder.
He did.
And he made out. He had a really good pack.
It was a great pack.
I don't know if I'm too late. I also don't know what I have. I have a Target red card. Gone. My wallet, gone. All right. My Apple Pencil, gone. Those are way more valuable than thumbtacks. So this epic is going to be something.
There you go.
George Springer. I'll take it. Today's play of the day.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's not bad.
For sure.
211. Okay. I'm satisfied.
Cool.
That should pay for my pack.
Yeah.
Like in today's economy, with these gas prices.
Yeah, let's see what Springers are going for here. My pack still hasn't loaded. We may have to do another one, honestly.
So this all sucked. Not gonna lie. These 4 were bad. Probably looking at about $5. This here, I'll take. I at least got my money's back, and I'm good with that.
I mean, George Springer floor is $75.
Hey, there you go. So made money.
There you go.
So once again, Lindrum 34, whatever your name was, appreciate you.
All right, I don't know what to do on mine.
It really still isn't coming up, huh?
It's still just like the black screen of death. It still says loading. What if I click next here? Does it do anything?
So Eric said Springer's one of his favorite players.
Oh,
it's because you're in the chat, Eric. Appreciate you too.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. This isn't going anywhere. So we're gonna skip.
Are you really buying another pack just for the show? Because this one
is there a way to go? Is there a way to go back? No, I can't even go back.
Can you refresh?
No, that just takes me here. And now I don't know what I pulled.
Oh, it opened it for you.
It must have opened it for me. And yeah, I'm not gonna have any idea what I had.
Oh no. Can you sort it by newest?
I don't think
there isn't any sorting options yet for your collection, huh?
No.
Oh no.
I mean, I guess there's a way to is there a way to go to the blockchain?
I was gonna say I can look at the contract.
Let me just scroll through here and see if there's anybody I don't recognize. I mean, I have a complete set, so it's not going to be anybody new. Oh, that's another piece of news we didn't talk about. I completed the set on Sunday. Yeah. Trout Uncommon I had 2 Wanders. I had the Epic Moncada.
So here's my Reese McGuire. So you're before that.
Yeah. I mean, if there's like a... I mean, if there's like a legendary in here, then we'll know that that's me. That's what it was.
The thing that bothers me is I think a few packs have opened up. So I don't know which one was you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stop sharing. We're going to buy another pack. We can't go without getting a pack and opening it. So we're going to try it again. We're going to go with
What a
number
degen. Absolute degen.
38746.
Eric said he saw a rare wander. Yeah, it's because Jim opened one last week. I guess so. Eric probably didn't see the show. Jim opened 5 packs last week, pulled 3 wanders. Exactly that expression.
It was great.
5 packs.
All right, so here we go.
Opened up 3 wanders, 1 being rare and uncommon, right?
There was a rare, an uncommon, and a core.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 1 of each. Yeah.
Just absolutely
All right.
sick. All right, go ahead. Oh, hold on. I got to add your stream.
Okay. All right. Unwrap pack. Please load this time. Or I'm going to be mad. There we go.
Oh, God. Good. Okay. Okay, he saw it. He forgot. All right.
Okay.
So 2 uncommons. Hey, it's all about the player, though.
It is. You're right. Josh Bell. All right. DJ Stewart.
This one's going very nice.
Jonathan Daza. So far, the players have not been great. Seth Beer uncommon. I think that's a few bucks. He's a low mint guy, I think. And Carlos Santana.
Good.
Well,
The laws of averages averaged out.
see, this is what I don't like. Those you root against me. You root against me.
Listen, I don't.
We need
listen.
positive vibes.
I root against you,
positive vibes,
and you do nothing
when we're
but
opening
win.
packs.
You should not be complaining.
No, we need positive vibes when we're opening
If
packs.
I was positive, you would lose more consistently than tonight. I don't root against you until you pull something great. I wanted to do something great until you do.
Sure you did.
All right. Well, there's that. We both bought a pack. You're welcome, Candy Marketplace.
Right.
So, but I guess the good news is, right, the next time we do open packs will be the leadoff series 2, the second lineup. I anticipate buying 10. Just put out there. I'm gonna do the same throughout. I'm buying 10 each drop, I think. We'll go from there.
Yeah, I haven't made up my mind yet on what I'm going to do. I will probably, because they're going to do 2 drops this time, so I might do 5 the first drop, 5 the second drop, and then buy singles. If it's kind of similar to how it was this time around.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good way to go. Might do that.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, with that said, we will see you all next week with our live openings. Bye-bye.
See you guys.